music.
I got the ass cheeks poppin'. I got that doo-doo droppin'. We got them ass cheeks rockin'. We got that big turd droppin'. I see the left one rockin'. I see the right one rockin' it. I got that doo-doo droppin'. Yo, I got them ass cheeks poppin'. Tonight, Jake Paul came out to ass cheeks poppin'. Jake Paul came out to ass cheeks poppin'. When I heard ass cheeks poppin' and Jake Paul came running out there, I popped, I'll tell you that right now.
Music.
Welcome to the Crown Jewel afternoon stream, the review. I got that poo-poo dropping. I got that doo-doo dropping. I got the left one rocking. I got the right one dropping. I got that doo-doo dropping. I got the big one popping. Ass cheeks popping. I got the ass cheeks popping. I got the ass cheeks popping. What up, everybody? See if the alert goes out to everybody right now. It's 3:41 p.m. Weird time for a show to end, as you know, but here we are. Crown Jewel is over, and we will be going over to the Discord in a few. I saw almost all of it. I got to be honest, pretty good there. That I was able to see most of the show. We were worried that I would miss a lot of it. My daughter's competition. We got back just as it was starting, so really good news there that I pretty much saw just about everything today. Made me happy. I got to be honest, man. I mean, it pretty much went about as expected. If you look at my my Crown Jewel predictions video, one of the only things that I noticed that I was, and I don't remember everything. I might have screwed up a couple other things, but one thing I did miss on was the Damage Control winning the belts back. I didn't expect that. I did have Damage Control losing again, and I thought they'd break them up. Thank God they break them up. Oh, thank goodness. But now, no. It's not. It's worse than that. They're going to continue on, and they're the champs again. So Damage Control's not going anywhere. But I'm shocked about that because they've just been trash in the ratings. Damage Control has not been good in the ratings. So I am a little bit surprised that they have those belts. I mean, I had a real reason why I thought they wouldn't win, and that was because I think, hey, man, they're going to end these guys. You know what I mean? They're not going to let, they're not going to let this happen. But I'm surprised about that. We're going to go over to Discord in just a minute. I know that, Mustafa and especially Dave watched intently. What's up, everybody? Hit that like button if you can. Stick the thumb directly up my rectum. You know how to do that. And join us here, man. Let me get the text up for some point. So what did you guys think about Crown Jewel? I am going to put the poll up in a second, but I do want to hear from you, so say it in the chat. Give me your scores in the chat. You guys can super chat down below if you'd like to, as always, or you can use the donation link for Streamlabs up top. That is the better way to do it, but you do whatever you want. In the description box down below, all the donation amounts are listed, so you should see what they do. How is Crown Jewel? That's the first, that's the poll question we're going with. We're going to go with awesome. We're going to go with okay, blah, and we're going to go with terrible. And we'll see what you guys say. I actually enjoyed the show for the most part. It wasn't anything too crazy. Most of it was as expected. But obviously the last match just stole the whole show. I mean, if you didn't like that last match in some way, I mean, I don't care. You knew it was going to be like that. I said on my predictions video, Logan Paul's going to knock out Roman. It's going to look like Logan knocked out Roman. He got him, but he won't win. It won't be enough to beat him. and he'll be shocked by that. And he hit the lucky shot. Oh, but he still doesn't win. By the way, Logan Paul looking like a Von Erich or something out there. And that was that's basically about what happened. And then I thought there could be interference, so the referee gets knocked down, and then that's how Roman then wins anyway. And it was somewhat like that. So, I mean, not too far off on the predictions video that I did earlier, and just about everything else was right, I think, too. What up, Mastro? What up, Andre Lavanderos here? A lot of 5 out of 6s, 6 out of 10s, and 7s, it looks like. Or Mr. Urdunetta, TKO's here. Hamad Ahmed, main event was fun. Yeah, everything else was kind of run-of-the-mill expected. You know what I mean? The whole night was kind of like, yep, expected that, okay. All right, yep, expected that, okay. But the main event was, that was where I would watch that again probably. And it was... Yeah, I don't know. It was just fun, man. Logan Paul is, as we've seen, is unexpectedly agile and interesting. He's out there, so I give him credit, man. If you guys give him credit, let me know. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the chat. But let's go to the first dono real quick before we go to Discord here, everybody. Shit bomb. Whoa.
Main event way too overbooked with interferences for Roman. Roman don't sell that hard for any WWE superstar after a match. Not good look. Show was 6.
Well, one thing I'll say is they did build Logan Paul up to be like Superman. I mean, very good. Which honestly, dude, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Who's been someone better that could face Roman besides like The Rock or somebody? Dude, that was super interesting. So I don't even mind. I don't mind them building up. Thank you, Alex Oli, for the $5. I don't mind them building up in a way Logan Paul that way because that was exciting. Like, do you see what they just did? That's how you make people. AEW should look at this type of stuff. That's how you just made a guy. You know what I mean? Logan Paul seems way more serious than ever before. And he looks good. He doesn't just go out there and try things. It's like he looks good. He really does. And so for that reason, dude, all those things, and he's interesting to watch because he's got a different style in the ring. He's sort of a little bit all over the place in some ways, so he's fun to watch because you don't see him every week on TV doing the same things. So he's doing different things. So there's all those things are working in his favor. He's a YouTuber. Dude, I cracked up when Roman put him in a headlock. I was like, no more YouTubers. That's it. There's going to be no more YouTubers. He's like, no Mr. Beast. No, he started naming YouTubers, dude. I thought that was funny as hell. So for many reasons, I'll tell you what, I enjoyed that. Let's bring in Rose first. The Discord devious one. Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Glad that you were able to get back in time to watch it.
I'm pretty happy.
Really only watched this for 2 reasons. One, for you. A little early Christmas gift.
Thank you. I was going to say, what are you doing watching this in the afternoon? That's right.
But I was curious, and eventually I'd find out about the final match, which we'll talk later. But I was curious about that because that's been, and we'll get to this, a phenomenon that a lot of people are recognizing now. But I'm ready to go and ready to discuss each match as we progress through the show and provide whatever input I can. I did miss a few matches though because I had to take care of some stuff, but
I probably saw them because I missed 1 or 1.5.
Unfortunately, I missed a couple. I missed what was it? McIntyre versus Cross.
I saw that. It was pretty good, but it was all right for a cage match. It was it was all right.
And Judgment Day versus OC. Those are the only 2 that I missed. Other than that, I watched them all, and I would be giving an incomplete rating. I think it's unfair to the show. I'd have to watch the entire thing or watch the ones I missed to be able to give a proper rating. Now, up to that women's match, the second final match, I believe it was. Oh man, was that boring? Was that really affecting my
the women's match?
Oh yeah.
Oh God. How about when she put her on the golf cart or whatever was going on, and the referee was trying to fix something, and it was just weird. Did you see that?
Yeah, there was a few things that were going on there. Bianca actually, when Bailey pulled her out of the ring and there was the ladder, her head, the back of her head fell exactly on the fucking bar of the ladder, and it looked like it wasn't. It's obviously a botch, but she didn't expect that or anything, and potentially might have hurt her.
Dude, she got roughed up. Bailey got fucking roughed up in that match. She had her head on the table and
Yes, she
missed
tripped.
that. Yeah,
Although
she was
obviously
supposed to trip.
that was a good little ploy because then she immediately came back and
I thought she was actually hurt because it looked like what they were going to do there was she was going to slip and hit her leg, but then she slipped and kind of hit her fucking head. So it was like it worked even better because I believed it. I was like, oh man, she just hurt herself for real. Oh shit. And then she got me, or I don't know. It was very well done, that part. Everything else was bad. There's a lot of bad.
Well, how do you want to do this? I mean, do you want to just have me say my thing and then jump off, or do you want to?
No, we can start from the beginning and we'll all say whatever. We'll just start from the beginning. I think the best thing.
We have other people on Discord here, and I don't know if they want to.
Well, Kennedy's here. Dan Kennedy's here. Fucking Ghetto God. Fucking GMTA's here.
And I've been known to talk over people or talk a little too long, so feel free to interrupt me, people. I mean, if you got something to say it.
GMTA.
There's a guy who's tried to say things on your reviews. Said, "Oh, I didn't get a chance to speak." It's like, but nobody knew you were trying to talk. Just interrupt people. It's fine. Go ahead.
I was surprised by the Logan Paul match.
Now let's go in order, though, guys, because
what's
the progression of the show is something else that a lot of people in the chat are saying they actually enjoyed the show. Some people were giving it 7 out of 10.
Dude, let me tell you something. When I heard ass cheeks popping and Jake came running out there, I was like, "Let's go, bro!" I was fired up. I was
popped for that.
Yeah, I was dying because I was like, "What the hell? He's using Everyday Bro as his theme." That's great, but that's what clicked in my head was, wait a minute, oh yeah, that's where ass cheeks popping is from. So when I heard that, I was kind of marking out for that. I was like, yes, I forgot it was his song. It's kind of funny, but that main event was the best thing of the night, right? I mean, nobody thought anything else was better.
That flipped my opinion on the entire pay-per-view. That if that wasn't included in, and the limited knowledge of the matches that I missed, I probably would have given a 4 out of 10 maybe. But that match, if that was a match alone, I would have. If that was the pay-per-view entirely, just that match, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It was that entertaining for me.
Yeah,
same.
What up, Lightning? Who's Lightning?
I am.
Oh, what's up? Well, I mean, I didn't know if I knew you from the chat or not. What's up, Lightning? How you doing?
Good.
So, what'd you think?
I also didn't miss part of the pay-per-view. I started watching the pay-per-view and we had lost power. Our street did, and we finally got it back. So then I went in and watched the rest of the pay-per-view. I saw the women's match, and to their credit, they had to go out there and do that, but it should have been put on first, in my opinion. That women's match was just boring. There wasn't really any big build-up to it. They've done that match before, and the last time they done it, it was a lot more entertaining.
I think that a lot of people missed the Brock Lesnar match because, I don't know, people weren't up yet and stuff like that. I had so many people say to me, like, whoa, hey, did Brock Lesnar already went on, or I missed Brock Lesnar, or like what? So a lot of people missed that. I thought it was fine to put Lesnar first in a way, but a lot of people missed that match.
I think it's important that they did. This is a special. Again, the deal that they brokered, demanded the best of the best that they could provide. They can't raise people from the dead, but the best what they can provide. And you gotta start to show off a pay-per-view on a good case with with 2 characters that people want to know about. Sorry.
What? Oh, that's GMTA's jail cellmate. Sorry.
What I was gonna say is this pay-per-view was pretty okay, given it was a Saudi show.
I think it's one of the best Saudi shows.
Yeah, but it's probably one of the better ones. Probably top 3 if there was 3 to
Shit bomb.
Whoa, it was a shit bomb.
Show was decent. Main event showed me that Logan can fucking go, and TBH Logan and Jake should be full-timers. Those guys are money.
They should be full-timers, but they would probably never do it because they're so making money and busy about all these other things that they won't do it. But it's like that ideally, dude, at this point, yes, they would be better in that situation. So it's too bad that they...
See, I
they
was
can't do that.
completely, like, with Logan Paul doing what he did, oh my god, I was not expecting all that. That just...
Oh, yeah,
And
well, I
I'm
mean,
not-
he was good at WrestleMania.
You know, I'm not that big of a Logan Paul or Jake Paul fan or supporter, but that match, in my opinion, was way better done than his WrestleMania match.
Yeah, it was even better. I thought I think every time you see him, he's been better. It's crazy.
I
Shade
like how
him.
at the beginning, as Jake Paul made his entrance, you got Wade Barrett on commentary saying he didn't give Logan Paul permission to use his Bad News Barrett.
Well, wait till
Oh, yeah.
Cowboy Butterfly sees the buckshot lariat from Logan. Obviously,
Okay, to be fair, Joe,
yeah,
Logan Paul did it better than Cowboy
he did.
Fairy.
Well, he did it pretty good. Yeah, I thought that was funny.
He did it better than Paul, especially.
The Jake Paul clothesline. So they're probably going to face the Usos now, right? There's going to be an Usos, or they're going to go on to do something with the Usos versus the Paul brothers for the tag titles or something. That's probably what's next.
That's probably at WrestleMania.
It probably is
Jake
WrestleMania.
Paul versus Solo Sikoa.
Well, that'd be cool, but I don't think I think
That's what it looked like. They were,
Yeah, that'd be all right.
The way they could build that would be if they did the Jake Paul and Logan Paul tag match against the Usos for the championships. Have it look like the Usos are gonna actually lose, and about 2 seconds away from them losing, or have a second, Sikoa gets involved and costs the Paul brothers the win due to disqualification. And then the Usos can lay them out.
Well, that might happen. But that's further down the line booking, but that, something like that might happen. But either way, the Paul brothers are stars at this point because they work well. What they did tonight, I mean, they don't do this normally in WWE, and they look just like they look like they've been on the roster, like they've been doing like this. It's crazy. They're really good.
Yeah, Logan fucking looked amazing tonight.
Yeah, he looks like didn't he look like he looks like a Von Erich, Shawn Michaels, like more like a Von Erich or somebody else. I don't know, man. He should have played Von Erich in that friggin' documentary thing. Like, he looked pretty good. Like,
I know Zac Efron looks pretty good in that.
No, I know Zac Efron does.
What a
but
transformation!
Zac Efron looks more like Matt Stryker to me, though. You know what I mean? Like, but he looks great. He's ripped. He looks crazy.
Matt Stryker's a little thicker, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. Matt Stryker's.
Hey,
did you just call a dude thick?
Yeah,
thicker all around. Look, I don't speak the street jive that you do. Okay, I'm not hip or with it. Okay, so I don't know.
Come on, Dave. You know you're with the fire.
I speak the Queen's English because I'm pompous.
You want to get pompous
Does
on me?
anybody expect Braun Strowman to win the match between him and Omos?
Yes,
100%.
No, that was fucking stupid.
I think it was in my predictions. I said
Omos finally showed personality though.
This was, I will say that this was one of Omos's better matches.
It was. I knew it was gonna happen. He got like the John Cena treatment. Like Braun Strowman got his ass whooped throughout the whole match, and then did one move and won like John Cena does.
Right. Well, usually the big baby face does that. You know, the Hulk Hogan comeback. Hogan comes out, he gets a piece of the guy. Then the bad guy kicks his ass for almost the whole match, and then he comes back and wins. It's classic. You know.
Well, they also. I mean, this match, although it wasn't the first, I watched it and it was interesting. At least the dynamic between the two, they can work well. There was, obviously an attempt to push Strowman, And in the end, that win doesn't fall well with me, but it's understandable because the crowd obviously was way behind Strowman. You could hear, like, remember when Omos put his arm up and he's getting all these boos, so they were getting good reaction from the crowd.
Yeah.
I don't. That was a great fucking crowd tonight.
It really.
I'll tell
yeah,
you
was.
what. I think the pay-per-views with being booked and all that by Triple H is way better than the shit shows we were getting back when Vince was still in charge.
I'm gonna have to disagree because some of those Saudi shows, while Vince was in charge and brokered the deal, some of the matches, I can't say the entire pay-per-view, but some of the matches were extremely good.
WrestleMania was Vince, and I mean, it wasn't much, and you think about it, Logan Paul's match was pretty good, and the stuff with Pat McAfee and Vince was really good, and that was all Vince, But yeah, it feels better in some ways with Triple H right now. It's
psychosomatic. You think you're seeing things that are changing that aren't necessarily changing or always the plan all along.
Honestly, I feel like these pay-per-views have been still about the same, but what's been a little better, or at least it had been, was TV. But now TV's kind of, taking a dip again.
That's where you would notice it, because that's where you'd see Triple H's biggest effect on it, on TV. Not something that's been booked, into a contract. Apparently the last match had to be 30 minutes. And initially it was expected that this would end at 3, but then obviously it got extended at 3:30. So
I even thought 3.
That women's match, by the way, is I think also another reason why it got extended. Maybe they told them to just fight and whatever, but certainly could have been a lot shorter.
Yeah, there was some of the matches where people thought they were rushed, and I was like, I don't know if I felt that way, but maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brock.
I can't wait to see how they do the Survivor Series this year, with the fact that it's themed around word games. Like, what matches are going to be taking place inside?
I want to quickly address something that, before I forget, what Joe said about rushed. I feel the first match, although with Lesnar and Lashley, I felt that was rushed. It was a good way to start the night, to hype to 2 people that people want to watch, but it seemed a little rushed, and obviously, well, I think the outcome wasn't that usual. I would have thought that Brock would have won it because the crowd seems to like him a lot, but obviously they're pushing Lashley.
He did win.
I liked the finish of that match.
Yeah, Brock did win.
Hold on. Am I imagining things?
Brock won.
Lashley had him in the full Nelson, and Brock was on top of him and got the 3 count.
It's the old Bret Hart.
Yeah, he rolled it. He kicked off like the turnbuckle, and it was like remember when Bret Hart kicked off the turnbuckle at WrestleMania 8, and he covered him on top of him? Brock weirdly won with a wrestling move. That's what the shocker is. Nobody won with F5s, and then that happened. In fact, one complaint I have about that match early on was Brock actually hit him with a F5 at the beginning of the match, and I heard Michael Cole actually was basically said it like it was nothing. Michael Cole should have exploded and been like, F5, it's over already, and Michael Cole was just like, F5, Brock Lesnar, 1, 2, no, and it was like he didn't care. It was like, dude, he just F5'd him at the beginning of the match. So I'm surprised that, it's Alzheimer's that you have, Dave.
I gotta watch this back then. I don't know if my stream skipped something, because
that's hilarious. You literally watched it and you didn't know.
Before Brock even hit him with that
on my
F5, Lashley hit him with them 3 big spears.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess Lashley's finisher is not the spear, it's the hurt lock, so that would make sense why it's not as effective.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I get that.
On the few things that I did get right on this, did you guys think that it was rushed? Because to me, it felt rushed, especially to try to get Brock, I guess, injured on the knee, to, I guess, slow him down at the beginning before even starting the match. It just seemed to me that would be that'd be a way that they would use, because we've seen it in the past, to actually just make the match go quicker, when in fact we know both of those guys can fucking probably pull off an Iron Man match, no problem, and fucking put off a great show. So I just felt that although it was a good starter, the way that it just started off with Brock immediately getting his, like, that could have happened later on, and then it would slow the pace of the match. You could start off nice and fast paced, which I want to talk about for the last match, but you could have then slowed it down, and then the momentum picks up again. I thought that match was too short, and maybe it's because my streaming link may have gone down too early.
I feel like all this match was to set up a third match at the Rumble or Survivor Series.
Wait, which match? The main event?
The Brock match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
this was just I want to get in there and get out as quickly as possible. I think that they did, honestly, I thought they did one of the more interesting things they could have done with these two. You're going to go out and wrestle 7 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever. Well, it was kind of interesting. Brock gets hurt right away. They're fighting back and forth a little bit here or there, all over the place. And then eventually, Brock ends up winning by countering with a wrestling move, with a Bret Hart type of wrestling move. Nobody saw that coming. So I actually appreciated the match, to be honest. I thought it was a fun opener. I mean,
wait, Joe, what are you talking about with a wrestling move?
Well, but the way he rolled him up, you know what I mean?
He didn't really roll him up though. He was just laying on top of him.
Wait, did I have a problem with my stream? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Lashley had him in the hurt lock, laying on the ground, and Brock was just on top of him and got the 3 count.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but it's like
Brock
a counter.
Didn't get the full flip. He didn't get the full flip over into the pin.
Right.
Guys,
Lashley didn't know he was.
Lashley didn't know he was being pinned. Yes, but but Brock essentially won by sort of outsmarting Lashley in a way, and Lashley didn't realize that he was being pinned, which is that's the way to get out of it. But I don't understand why, because in a way it's like, well, Lashley's stupid. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, let's try to make Lashley look good by, he didn't know, his shoulders were down and he wouldn't have been pinned because he wasn't ever incapacitated there to be pinned, but he didn't know his shoulders were down, so he loses.
I thought it was better than their Royal Rumble match.
I don't even remember it. I don't even remember the Royal Rumble match. I just know that I was surprised at the way it ended, in a way. It was Brock Lesnar trying to use his brain, I guess, and desperation, and the referee, and, Lashley didn't know it, but, Lesnar was hurt early. So it was, to me, it was okay, because I didn't care about that match. I didn't care about seeing the two of them, because, if Brock beats Bobby, well, then there goes everything Bobby does. And if Bobby beats Brock, then it's like, okay, well, Bobby wins, but, what's Bobby going to do now? So it's kind of like, I just don't really care about that match. So they made it somewhat interesting to me. So I gave it more praise. I thought I was going to come out like, well, that's a 5 or 6 out of 10 match. I'd probably give that a 7, because
it's big meaty men slapping meat.
Well, I'm going to clip that you said that, but that's fine. And speaking of clipping things real quickly, did anyone happen to catch this? Because I caught a delicious take from Mr. Wade Barrett or whatever. No. What do they call him now? I don't remember. Listen to this though. This is fucking weird.
When the milk turns sour, Drew McIntyre is not the kind of pussy.
What the hell?
Oh, wow.
What is up with that?
When the milk turns sour, Drew McIntyre is not the kind of pussy.
He actually said that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I almost spit out my drink. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What the?
Actually, I want to comment on that too, is that you've got Jake Paul telling Logan, finish this shit. Finish this shit.
Right.
And then you've got Cole on the mic, and he's like, he's telling him to finish it. He just said to finish it. And it's like, no, Cole. He said, finish this shit. So I loved it how he's immediately just trying to gloss over it to move on and get people to forget it.
Finish this. Finish it.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Oh.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Jake Paul is a real boxer and he can't even do a good punch against the Usos. I don't understand that, but whatever. Definitely one of the best Roman Reigns matches of all time. I wish Jake Paul got beat up just like those two guys in ringside.
Pacharo, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was good. This could have been WrestleMania. I mean, this was
shit bomb.
A great main event.
They just found Aaron Carter dead in his bathtub. R.I.P.
What?
Yeah, I was just trying to tell you that by saying breaking news, but I guess you guys couldn't hear me through Discord. But
Aaron Carter, like the
Pocket Aces, Pocket Aces
That's
dropped that in
right?
the chat earlier, and yeah, dead at 34 apparently.
What
I don't know
the
the
hell?
details, but breaking news, breaking news.
Wow, that's terrible. Well, was he the one with he had like drug issues or something?
Oh, certainly. Found unresponsive earlier this morning by a friend and later pronounced dead.
Jesus.
I don't see too many details on this.
And of course, Lex Luger is the one that tells us that. So he knows all about that. Hey, Miss Elizabeth. Sorry. Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. Some people too, by the way, going back to what the donation said, some people who are really good at fighting in real life, they just can't translate to sort of being able to fake it and pull punches and do certain wrestling. They're just not good at it. I've been around people that are like that. They punch hard, they kick hard, and you're trying to teach them, and they just can't figure it out. And you're like, how can I not teach this to you? But I mean, I was able to do it before I ever even was trained. I mean, I was a kid doing it, wrestling with stuff. And I just knew, like when I went into wrestling school, like they were like, yeah, you've already got all this stuff down, but you have a lot to learn. But, there were things that I picked up. But some people, they never pick it up really. They like just punch and they hurt. And you're like, no, you don't do that. So I wonder if that's, and because of that, they pull it really back and it looks bad. That's the other thing that happens. But there's a nuance to it. A lot of people get it, I feel like, but some people don't. It's weird. It's like, I can't explain it. It's like when my wife fights with me, like she's pretty good at it, but doesn't have the snap that some people get. But I've also wrestled other people. I remember my friend in high school. He never really wrestled, did any pro wrestling stuff ever. And I was like, dude, we should have a wrestling match. And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. And he did, and he never hurt me, and he was pretty good. And I was like, wow, man, he is good. Like, and none of the other kids were though. He got hurt, but he did, and he didn't even watch a lot of it, and he just got it. It's weird. Some people just get it. It seems Logan Paul has it and gets it, but I would think Jake Paul would be a wonderful asset to be wrestling if he can figure it out too. But I don't know if he can. I haven't really seen him besides this.
Let's give Shane Helms his props for trading Logan.
Let's give what?
That was Shane Helms?
I thought it was
he's been trading Logan for all his matches.
Oh, they really painted it as HBK, but now they're giving it to Hurricane?
Yeah. One thing I'll have to say is that, sorry, go ahead.
Bitter enemies.
I interrupted you. What's your name? Tom35.
No, I was finished.
If we're going to talk about it now, let's talk about it now because I was saving on this, but a lot of people mentioned this as well in the chat as the final match was going on, is that it's noticeable, straight up. And I've been saying this for quite some time. It's noticeable that every time that this guy wrestles, you see an improvement, a massive improvement. The first time he wrestled pay-per-view, I was cynical. And, I'm not a fan of the guy, and, because the whole YouTube, whatever, it's just like, that doesn't interest me sort of thing. It's just a bunch of fucking kids and all that. But whatever.
Wait a minute. What am I doing?
Man was successful. Yeah, but you're cool, and he's not. But no, but seriously though, it intrigued me at least to say, okay, well, they're always trying to push, and we had in the Vince era celebrities, okay, and most of the time they suck. Now, this guy's shown such improvement and such resolve to actually prove himself as this that, I respected him a lot the first time that he wrestled, and every time I saw him wrestle afterwards. I just got more and more impressed at his progression, at his abilities, and he knows, what I noticed tonight? He knows pacing, but he kept pace so well. It was going nice and fast at the beginning. You could tell it wasn't sort of like a saunter to how many wrestlers will do a run, but it's not really a run. And give somebody a cross arm or something, but this guy was actually keeping up the pace. He was making it look believable, and he was keeping up with what Roman was putting out there. I was extremely impressed with how he has all these nuances locked down, and also puts on a show where it's not like he's like Snoop Dogg, for example, you know, just waltzing in the ring and like just does a fucking kick and he does a cutter and you know it's over. It's like this guy is actually showing that he's capable of what he's doing.
He's very agile.
Some of the moves he pulled off, like what was it? That split, the split jump that he did. The guy's, you know, he's what 6'1", 6'4", something like that. He's in the 6 foot range.
He's pretty
right?
tall, man. Like he's a tall guy.
And he can move very agilely. You talked about this earlier, Joe. He's
6'2", 6'2",
agile.
taller than HBK. And yeah, his agility in the ring is unbelievably good. Like when he jumps off the top rope, I mean, the guy looks for height. That looks unreal. That frog splash, I mean, dude, remember when Sasha Banks would do a frog splash? It looks like stupid. Like this guy does a wonderful frog splash. His legs, he looks like a spider out there. He's very Spider-Man-like out there.
That frog splash is fucking incredible.
Yeah, that looks good. Like he has some things that look good.
Him going off the fucking top ropes.
And he does more of like a 5-star frog splash than like Eddie Guerrero frog splash.
I just saw a video of the angle of him holding the phone doing the frog splash. It looks really cool.
I want to see the video from that video. I hope that camera picked up his jump.
Survived. I mean, obviously because they were his friends, because they got pulled in there. Hopefully they protected it with an otter box or some sort of case that will take that sort of damage.
Well, my thing is that it might have been a dummy. Video. It might have been a dummy thing. Like it may have not even been a real thing, but I would think you'd be trying to get that.
I really hope it's real, because that is just, I mean, when that happened, I was pulling the Ric Flair. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm already on Twitter looking for it. Like, is he uploading it yet?
I got it.
Oh, really?
It's real?
Exists?
Nice.
Let's go. I'm on his Twitter and I don't see it. I would have thought he would have put it on Twitter.
And again, you talked about this, Joe. He was talking. He's held in the clutch, and he's still talking shit to fucking Roman. It was hilarious, and and Roman said, "Yo, there's gonna be no more YouTubers around here and stuff." And he's like, "No, that's wrong." It was just fucking.
Dude, when he said there's gonna be no more YouTubers, and then he started naming them, and he goes, "No, Mr. Beast." No, like, dude, I started laughing. That was funny. All right, here we go.
Like, no, you're wrong.
We got it.
Oh man,
Logan Paul.
You're going viral, Roman.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's cool.
You're going viral, Roman.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny, man.
Oh my god, that is fucking beautiful. Great job finding that.
Wrestling Ops posted that, thank God.
That is so good.
Oh my god. No, you're going viral, Roman, dude.
See, even the Miz couldn't pull off that sort of narcissism that this guy's pulling off. And it's perfect because it fits his characteristics and his character. YouTube celebrity thinks he's all this best thing. His brother, getting rigged matches, and this guy's like, here, I'm going to take a selfie while I slam this guy on a table.
Oh man, that's funny. It's a good shot. Like it's him jumping in the slow-mo, and then he cuts it over to Roman laying there as he's coming down. And then he goes off for a few, and then it's him rolling over. Like that dude, he got every shot you needed. To be honest, that's one of the best. Like, he did a great job getting that shot. He could have fucked it up completely. He got every shot. He got him as he's jumping. He got Roman as he's coming down. And then he got himself in agony after he hits it.
And adding the slow motion effect, that's just the cherry on the top.
Oh, my God. One more time.
The amount of time it took to set that up, though, I was thinking, oh, shit, Roman's going to move out of the way, and we'll see Logan Paul should go to the table himself.
Well, I thought the same thing.
It was going to end with a spear.
Even Cole sort of gave the, like, what are you doing? You got to do it now. You can't waste all this time. You know what I mean? Type of thing. And so I almost thought he was going to miss because you can't make – but, and Cole was essentially criticizing him like, no, you got to go, man. I guess he's going to take all this time and something. So that was kind of almost a downer. He luckily got up there quick after but it took a long time to get this going. Let's see it one more time. By the way, did anyone see when Logan was clearing the table, he was throwing the monitors off, and the left monitor went flying, and it was, and you know, the slack on the electrical cord or whatever, it hit, and then it came down like a pendulum, and it almost swung into Roman's head. Dude,
so close.
Oh my God, he almost busted Roman's skull open. That would have hurt bad. That would have sucked.
They've got the cases around them, the plastic cases, but
just
still,
missed.
it wouldn't have been nice. It would have been something you wouldn't expect to get, hit in the head after taking a fall. But
luckily, he missed them because it was close. You go back and watch that, man, was it close.
And the funniest thing is he knows his technology, because instead of just like many wrestlers just rip out the cords from their base and throw it away, he disconnects the USB connection and throws the fucking the tablet to the ground.
I saw that. That's funny. That was great. I mean, that pumped everybody up. The rest of the show was, even this was the expected outcome to me, but I mean, and I thought a lot of the stuff was, but this was the one that, kind of entertained you way more.
Tell me, I want to know about what you've thought about the OC versus Judgment Day and McIntyre versus Cross in a street cage match.
Well, I thought, I didn't see much difference in a cage versus a cage in a way, but I thought the cage match was pretty good. I thought that was pretty solid. The ending was all right, but it was just a lot of the stuff you expect. But I really, what I got out of it was, it's weird. This is something that I don't always like Cross for whatever reason. He was selling pretty well in this cage match. Like, he was selling in a way that was believable and fun to me. So I kind of enjoyed the two of them. And then at a point towards the end, Scarlett, locked the cage so Drew couldn't get out, and like she's got the key and she's like, "Hi, you can't get out." And then Drew's like, "Well, I'm just going to climb over the cage." So Drew climbs up and goes to climb over the cage, and now Cross is coming towards the cage to get out, and she's got to now unlock it to let him out. And so it just became a race for who can win. So, Drew jumped down just in time to beat Cross. So it was nice little cage match, but it
was better than their Extreme Rules match.
Right.
That match.
I agree. I think it was. It was better than that, and Cross sold better and whatever. And obviously they got to have another match, because I don't think you end the feud on "I beat you out of the cage." I think you end the feud on a fucking Hell in the Cell or on a last man standing match or something like that. But I mean, Cross is getting destroyed, right? Because his Cross hasn't won, right? This is 2-0. So what do you do? I mean, do you have Cross beat Drew McIntyre now? So he's got to get one back, but because right now Cross is not looking good, to be honest.
Cross and Drew are 1-1.
Oh, they're 1-1. Did he? Oh, he did win that other match. I'm fucking ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Drew no-sold the mace this time.
Well, she maced the referee too, right? Right. She maced the ref, then maced Drew. I mean, it worked for a second on him this time. I guess you could say he didn't get hit by it fully, but okay. So if they're 1-1, wow, why did I think that he was 2-0? All right, so that's not bad. So you're gonna have a third match, and probably Cross will win that, or maybe Drew will, but I would think you'd. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Isn't Cross isn't it like 2-1 in Cross's favor? Because then he win like 2 matches against Drew already?
That's right, because he cheated. That's right, he did cheat. So maybe it is
only 1-1.
1-1.
We had 2 matches.
I don't know what they do then.
They need to stay away from each other.
Didn't they do a strap match with him at Clash at the? Isn't that the match you guys were talking about with the macing?
Yeah, strap match. Yeah, Cross won because they sprayed Drew in the eyes. So now Drew wins by beating him out of a cage. Yeah, so you would think the third match Cross might win, maybe more legitimately, maybe? I don't know.
What other stipulation can they do?
I mean, Hell in a Cell or Last Man Standing, probably.
Now, I know they're not going to be doing the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view anymore because that's essentially dead.
Right, but they can do the Hell in the Cell match at any time.
Yeah, that would make it more exciting because then you won't have to sit around and wait for the actual pay-per-view, and the entire pay-per-view is half of the matches being held in a cell, which kind of ruins the gimmick.
Yeah, that was so dumb. It was always like, oh, okay, who do we have to put in the Hell in a Cell thing? You know, so ridiculous. But it was way more funner back in the day when you just all of a sudden there's a Hell in a Cell match. That's way better. So that's great news.
Like when they did it with Shane and The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now, that was a really good match.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones. Cody winning Royal Rumble. So, okay, that's what Brian thinks. I think a lot of people were there. Maybe the Paul brothers will have a tag match at WrestleMania, and it won't be a singles match.
What do you think of a future Paul brothers versus Usos match?
That's hilarious. I just said that. Well, I think they're setting it up here. We talked about it earlier, too. Lights69. Thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. Lights, light me up.
Isn't Survivor Series next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that the fucking Impulsive crew could go against the Bloodline?
Oh, my God. That's a great point. That's a great point. We didn't even think of that. Maybe. I hope they do it. I crashed. Yep. I absolutely think that's gonna happen.
Because the Usos just beat the shit out of George and Mike.
Yep.
They're gonna want to get their get back.
So you got
and then it was fucking Jake Paul facing off against Solo Sikoa on the outside of the ring.
Well, so if you get Jake Paul,
if they were to do that, they would have to book it as a Word Game match.
No, they don't. They can make it a 4-man Survivor Series match. Make it a classic Survivor Series match.
Are they doing both War Games and Survivor Series?
If they decide to do that, we'll have to see what they go with, because it'd actually be a shock to see them decide that with the bad blood between these guys, we should go inside a Word Games match.
I think they've already, because I think there's only going to be 2 War Games, right? Like the women's and the men's.
Yep.
And then this would end up probably just being a classic, 4-on-4 or something like that, and maybe they could spice it up.
A classic, like you said, but make it like a traditional Survivor Series elimination match.
Yep, that's why I think that's exactly what they're gonna do based on what you guys are talking about. You're right. I mean, maybe not.
No, but you include Sami Zayn, right, and make it 5 men, and then on Logan Paul's
I don't
side.
think. What if Roman's not there? What if it's just Sami Zayn, the Usos, and Sikoa?
They said both matches are 5.
But none of the guys on Logan Paul's team are real fucking actual wrestlers. They need at least one actual wrestler on their team.
Right.
Maybe Drew.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe Drew. That'd be cool. See, that'd be good if Roman was on their team, though. That'd be really kind of cool.
Or maybe instead of having it somebody currently on the roster, have it be a surprise return nobody expects. Somebody that hasn't been in the company for a while, who, because it's been reported that Triple H is looking to bring back people who have been previously let go. So who's not to say if they decided to do a 5-on-5, that mystery man for the Paul brothers team and their crew is probably somebody who is least expected to show up.
Yeah, like what if Cody came back early and then that started like him and Roman's feud for WrestleMania?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have to do a lot.
He's ready.
He wouldn't have to do a lot then too. I mean, to be in that. No, that's not a bad idea.
The rumors is that he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I doubt it though. I don't know, man. He could come back, but I think they are cutting the promos for him. There's a bunch of Trons for him.
Shit bomb.
Last 5 weeks.
Just sent you the Logan Paul view of the frog splash on Instagram.
Thank you, Colonel Stutters. I didn't even see it.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
What Twitter are you using?
I don't have one.
Oh, because I just heard you say you were on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I just go on the regular Twitter, but I'm not on one. I can use. I can go on my band one to look at stuff. Still, so I just use that.
Right.
So yeah, I just go through the band one and I use that. Let me restart. I'm gonna restart Discord because it keeps crashing on me. Let me see if I can restart it. All right. Well, let me restart Discord. Why is it doing that? What did we crash 3 times? Anyway, while I'm restarting Discord, let me see whether are there any other donations coming in. Colonel Stutters, thank you, sir, for the $5. We have yet to have anybody beat the first $5 drop of Alex Oli and Retro Neon at the beginning of the show here. We haven't even hit 100 likes on this stream yet. I should kill myself. Jesus Christ. Can't even get 100 likes. 2,500 people have come in here, but we've got 90 likes. Please put a bullet in my head. Oh, my God. Jesus. What was I going to say? Let me run down the list while Discord reboots. Yeah, listen, the Judgment Day match, I knew the Judgment Day was winning, and I knew it was I said by hook or by crook, and I basically was like telling everybody like, hey, it's going to be they're going to distract somebody, they're going to cheat, they're going to hit the referee, something's going to happen, Judgment Day is going to win by hook or by crook. I said that earlier in my predictions yesterday. So that was just, whatever. I knew that was going to happen. But the good thing is the crowd was very much into that match. The crowd was really into that match. At certain points, they were kind of loving it, so that was good. Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross was solid. Omos and Braun Strowman was pretty decent for them. Omos is one of his best matches, if it's that great. It's not really that great, but it's one of his best matches. And the Usos versus the Brawling Brutes was all right. I just didn't care too much about it myself. It was like whatever. Alexa Bliss and Asuka, losing the women's tag titles. I was shocked about that because I thought they were going to break up Damage Control because it's been so terrible, and the ratings show that too. So break that team up and get rid of them. But no, they don't do that. They actually win the titles. So that I was wrong about that. Very wrong about that. Every other prediction I think was right, but I was wrong about that. Bianca Belair wins. Expected that. And of course, Roman Reigns beating Logan Paul is. I had expected that. You raised a piece of shit. So there you go.
Hey Joe, I liked the Cross-Drew cage match. Scarlett know how to unlock a lock unlike Conti. The Bray Wyatt stuff was interesting. Wonder where it is going. The main event was great.
Right? How about that? She could actually unlock a lock. Unlike Ty Conti. That was hilarious. Terror Rising. Donating 666. All right, Discord's coming back. Terrorizing with the 666 coming in there. Terror rising. You could spell that a lot of different ways, but it's not that way. Terrorizing 666. Top dog now, terrorizing. Thank you for the donation, man. Let me go back here real quick. Discord, where are you? Come on. All right, here we go. I know, I've made a million Twitters. I'm just sick of it, I'm sick of Twitter.
But with the back.
All right, I'm back. My bad.
What happened?
Discord just shit itself on me, and it wouldn't open.
The usual.
Oh, yeah. Well, I gotta do.
I know Matt Cardona has been teasing on Twitter about wanting to make a return to the WWE, but when he has been teasing about it, he said he doesn't want to come back as Zack Ryder. He wants to come back as Matt Cardona.
You should come.
Whatever.
Biff Raiden, are you listening, Matt Cardona?
Yeah. Biff Raiden. That should be his name.
It's
yeah,
me.
but that would
back.
be too close to Biff Busick, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm back. It's me, Biff Raiden. Dude, if he came out there... Oh, no, how about Buff Raiden? He comes out just flexing muscles and calls himself Buff Raiden.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yep, and Buff Bagwell will try to sue him, but fuck
never
him.
do that again. Like
Buff
Zach,
Raiden.
I'm talking about Zack Ryder. I hope he never does that woo, woo, woo shit again.
Oh, God, yeah,
That-
no.
I hated that.
Wait.
I hope he comes out with a long staff And then he carries the staff down to the ring with him. And then he holds it up in the air in the middle of the ring, and then the fucking lightning strikes the staff, and his eyes are white. And he's basically ripping off Raiden from Mortal Kombat, but we spell it differently so he won't get sued. And he's Biff Raiden. Be great.
And then Glenn Jacobs comes out, puts him in a wheelchair as the mayor of whatever city he is, and throws him off the fucking stage.
Right. KANE comes out and kills all the groomers. It'll be great.
You come out and be like, I told you to sit your ass down. Pushes the damn wheelchair off the stage.
He's probably banging his secretary right now.
What match was next?
It was the last one that was being talked about.
We kind of been all over. I mean, I just breezed through all of them real quickly.
I'll try to keep some order, but you know.
No, it's all good.
Yeah,
women's tag match.
What's that?
The women's tag match.
Oh, I want to remind everybody really quickly, monetize this tonight. I'll be live tonight, Saturday night, right here, live tonight. Monetize this Saturday night. We're coming up on it. I'll be probably starting around 9 p.m. tonight, Eastern time. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Good. I got some good stuff planned.
Oh, Dave Rose is showing everybody's pecker tonight. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, no, there's some bits and clips and shits and bits.
I like it.
Gotta stay tuned. Check it out tonight. Monetize this.
I like it. Well, I think we're winding down on this review here because I've been up since 4 a.m. and my daughter got third place, so she wasn't happy. But
third place ain't bad.
That's what I told her. I said, "Hey,
you gotta put it in this perspective. The fact that you got even qualified to go to the competition is an award on its own."
That's what I told her. I said, "Hey, listen."
And if it was the Olympics, it would be a bronze fucking medal.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why I said, how do you think the 5 other teams that got nothing felt? You know, I mean, out of 8 teams, you got third, and you know what? I know why she lost. I told her why she didn't get first. I'm like, I know why it happened. You know, because she was like, I don't get it. But no, it was awesome, and they did well, man. It was just you know, hey, you can't win first every time. That's I'm actually
I'm just gonna watch the competition from the trees here.
yeah. There was some questionable adults in the audience. I'll say that. I was kind of worried.
Decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my show.
Oh my
to
goodness!
Fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly
the ghost from Saudi.
Army. Donate to me. Acknowledge me.
The ghost from the coast.
Hopefully you get your Twitter bud. Matt Cardona is a mark for himself. Haven't seen shit good from him after he was released.
Hey, I thought that, you know, GCW stuff or whatever. Or no, what was it? PGC? Whatever the fuck. I get all these places confused now. PWG? I thought that thing was kind of good from him where the fans got mad at him. Oh, shit.
Some reason I miss phoning you from a phone booth. I miss phone booths. I miss phone booths. I miss phoning you from a fucking phone booth. I miss phone booths. I miss phoning you. I miss phoning you from a fucking phone booth.
DJ Murder Kill.
Bray Wyatt sucks. Please fire him or put them in a match. Let him do something other than talk.
I will say we need to see something at some point. This is getting a little redundant. DG Murdoch, the third, donated $7. The phone booth dono, thank you, sir. DG Murdoch, the third. Thank you, sir. And the Ghost from the Coast, you are the top dog now. Let's put him on the top of the screen. What do you think about that, Dave? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I muted Discord. I'm sorry. I'm retarded, you guys. Dave, what did you think about Bray Wyatt? Did you see that tonight? Did you have
no, I did see that. I only missed those couple of matches, but I did see that in its entirety. And Again, I didn't really think it brought anything to it. I mean, he could have done that on Monday Night Raw. I mean, how is he progressing the story? And again, did it need to be on that stage? Yeah,
it added something different. I'll say that. You know, at least they did something different. Like, all right, now this is, there was a talking moment. There was a lot of wrestling, so break it up a little bit.
And now at least we know what is going on with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy.
Right. What's that?
Uncle Howdy is not going to be a person. He's going to be a fucking just a Titantron character. He's going to be like Bray Wyatt's devil side. He's going to tell him to hurt people. And then Uncle Harper or whatever is going to be his good side and hop on the Titantron and tell him, to be nice to people and shit.
And what do you think about
stop hurting people?
What do you think about what do you think there will be anything to it? Because Bo Dallas is probably playing Uncle Howdy. It looks like they've matched up. His earrings are the same and his eyes are the same and things like that. What do you so is he just going to be playing a Titantron character?
Yeah, it's Bray Wyatt. I don't think Bo Dallas has anything to do with it.
I think
if you look at Mike Rotunda's tweets, you do see that there is some sort of suggestion. Could be a false lead, possibly. But there is the suggestion that Bo Dallas is going to be involved.
He wanted his
Uncle
brother there,
Howdy
too.
Apparently is named after who's Rotunda's partner there? Wyndham.
Wyndham.
Yeah, it's that's who apparently Uncle Howdy is sort of modeled after, at least a portion of it, because that's what apparently they called Wyndham. The kids called him Uncle Howdy.
Oh.
So is Uncle Harper supposed to be Brody Lee?
Mm-hmm. That seems very probable because they did, when he shows the blue door, that is what Brody Lee did use when he premiered on AEW.
Right, he came out of that door. That's right. It's a great catch. I couldn't figure out where I've seen that before.
He's using a lot of, I mean, I got to say one thing. Bray Wyatt, whatever name you want to use for him, the guy's a fucking storytelling genius, just like his father. And he thinks in long-term booking. And he actually weaves a story. Like the whole Funhouse stuff, that was utilizing so many different layers of what came before. And it's sort of breaking the fourth wall, but not really. The guy is a fucking storytelling genius. It's fucking very frustrating to see how much he's been wasted, especially on his creative abilities to be able to tell. And because WWE hasn't done long-term booking for how long now? Maybe 20 years, 15 years?
Right.
Like, this is something, the way he just does it to me.
If you know what it is, people get confused. People confuse long-term booking now because there's a lot of storyline stuff or rivalry things that carry over, like every week it happens again and they do something else and they're still wrestling, and that's not what you're talking about. But it feels like for a lot of people that there's long-term stuff going on, but you're talking about payoff of things happening in a different way. But yeah,
and you say the same thing. You just said it. The same thing with what I'm talking about is that even in the 80s and stuff, you would see progression in storyline. Look at the fucking Jake the Snake with Martel, the model Martel storyline that would progress and ultimately culminate in WrestleMania at a special event. That's what you expect, the story to build up and have that rivalry that actually develops rather than, oh, okay, this and that, the same week over and over again.
Right.
Would you guys count the Daniel Bryan stuff as long-term storytelling, even though that it was not supposed to happen?
Assuming that, because I still don't know yet, but if that was their plan all along, then it was amazing. I mean, it was long-term and it was kind of amazing. Like, I was brilliant if they meant to do it.
I think it was unironically long-term storytelling, like it wasn't planned.
I don't know. I really don't. But that's one of those things we'll never know. It's like, were they that dumb and they really thought, like, Batista, they're like, oh, they like him because he's held down, so, but I think they really did. There is part of me that thinks they really thought Batista was going to be the guy. Like, they thought he was going to, they didn't understand But
wasn't it in his deal?
It
that
ended.
he
It
was
ended up.
supposed to
Dude, it
win
ended
the
up.
world title?
It ended up being long-term booking by accident, if that's the case.
Also, I need to bring this up. Bray Wyatt using a lot of symbolism in his images, in his video and such. And one of them was basically what's called the Cicada 3301 operation. And it's a conspiracy sort of thing, or at least considered a conspiracy. But the NSA was looking for good hackers, so they put these riddles out on the internet, and people who would be able to solve them, were granted a job. And he's using that symbolism. When you see the upside down moth, that is the Cicada 3301 icon, but just upside down. So again, this guy is stupidly smart. Okay, he's so intelligent, because if you've actually heard this guy talk normally and talk about other stuff, this guy's aware of more than just wrestling stuff. Like, he knows politics and world and all that sort of thing. So
right.
yeah, it's just impressive to know that he can just put in these little nuances, and very few people pick them up, and that's very often the case with all the different things that he does.
Yeah,
he's a great storyteller.
Well, there's a lot of information to dissect. I just think some people are getting a little impatient, and nowadays, long-term story and long-term booking, sometimes it works out really well, but nowadays, and I've been saying this too with these matches we see 7 times, 7 weeks of the same match and things like that, people want stuff to start moving pretty quickly. I mean, I don't want things to move like crazy, you know what I mean? But even though I'm getting older and I am old school, there is a part of me that does want to move a little faster, right? So by now, I wish we had a little more. But I get it. This is Crown Jewel. This is kind of a skew aside. So hopefully this week coming up will be a big step in Bray Wyatt's character or motivations, or we'll find something out, because something's got to move a little further for me next time. Otherwise, if he just comes out and talks again, I'm going to be like, all right, it's getting stale. So do something soon.
And maybe that's their way of building up this supposed debut at this faction that he's putting together, that he's been teasing, this Wyatt Six or whatever they're calling it.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
No, the Wyatt Six is him. He's got 6 different personalities.
Yeah, he's been 6 different characters, right? Or 6 different changes. So that's his 6 right there, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's the Wyatt Six is referring to him, not to a new group.
Well, that's what a lot of people are reporting on, because they have some kind of insider knowledge telling them that this may be that with his debut, with all these like Huskers and all that.
Yes, but that's separate from Wyatt Six. Wyatt Six is referring to him. Is he setting up a roster? A little group.
Because the Wyatt Six would be him. It's him, the Fiend, like the Firefly guy, the Funhouse guy, the original Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, the original Bray Wyatt. I guess that was like I guess I would call him Bayou Bray Wyatt,
Husky Harris.
He was in the in the farm there or whatever, on the rocking chair, and at that point when I saw him,
I think you're thinking a cult leader.
No, I think it was beforehand. But he was talking a lot of Sister Abigail. But there was all these vignettes that he was doing at that point, and that really got me interested, because he had a sort of. You remember Skinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that sort of like wild, country, Everglades type psycho.
Right, like a little something off-putting about him. Like, you get nauseous looking at what this guy might be doing with butcher's knives when no one's looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That'd be a dream match for me. See Skinner versus Bray Wyatt. There we go.
And he had that tobacco in his mouth and stuff, and it was all gross, and he'd spit it on.
Dixie cup.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess so that's the 6. But yeah, maybe could he form a group at some point? Maybe, but I think he's trying to be interesting with this personality type of thing, and the characters sticking to the sort of the Titantron and whatever else. And will it be Bo Dallas? I know he wanted his brother to be there to do things, but we'll see if it goes anywhere further. Thank you guys. And the Ghost from Saudi Thank you for the $60. That is the top dono. And tonight is Monetize This. Bring your sexy tonight, man. If I'm alive, we'll see. Anything else anybody wants to say about this show here?
Yeah, with Bray Wyatt, you ever seen that movie Split?
Yes.
I think it's kind of like that. Like Bray Wyatt is the one with the light that's steering the ship.
Yep.
And fucking Uncle Howdy and them are, one of his other personalities telling him what to do and shit.
By the way, I was fired up to see that movie because I love Unbreakable, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a sequel to it.
Wish they did more.
Hey,
They did 3 of them.
does anybody think that it'd be possible in the future they may set up some kind of Roman and like an actual storyline feud with Roman and Logan Paul?
Well, I mean, isn't that what this was? Or you mean like it would go longer? You mean like, well, I mean, I guess you're saying like WrestleMania then?
Like an actual feud, not like
on TV?
This wasn't really a feud like he had back with setting up back when
Yeah.
remember when the Miz turned on him and they had that match, which was good, but it was nothing compared to tonight.
This is more like a Paul Brothers big fight. Yeah, this is a. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's Discord. No, go ahead.
Oh. But like what I was thinking, like as I was watching the match, I was like thinking to myself, I wondered if after the night, would it be possible that they'd be like, this match was really good, let's run it back. But instead of just running it back on the next episode of Raw, SmackDown, whatever, let's actually make this a full-on storyline feud.
Well, I sort of think that seems like what they've done here tonight. This can't be over, I don't think, with what we saw tonight. I don't know if how much Roman will be involved as much, but I mean, this might not be over, like you just said. I mean, they might be setting this up to go into Survivor Series. So if that's the case, we'll get the Paul brothers on TV.
Maybe they'd be carrying it over to WrestleMania and maybe have that be one of the matches, like big match, marquee matches on the card.
Well, I would like to see the Usos wrestle them at WrestleMania. That'd be a good idea because then that leaves Roman open still for whoever Roman's going to face. But Logan Paul can then wrestle with Jake Paul for the tag titles.
I don't think that's happening.
No?
I think it's Sami Zayn and KO versus the Usos at Mania.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I think Roman and the Usos are going to lose their titles at Mania.
Probably. That's probably true.
Cody Rhodes, KO, and Sami Zayn.
I think either way, though, obviously the Paul brothers did well enough that they could do something, and this was great for Logan Paul. I mean, they could have a rematch at some point because how close this was, but Roman's like, I'm done, you're done, never come back. But, I mean, he came pretty close, so I could see him getting another shot, so maybe. But it seems like it just with the Paul brothers' schedule, that's the thing where it's like it's hard to see where they're going to be booked next because they're just so busy with all their stuff and making all this money other places.
I would love to see them do another match with Bad Bunny in it, because that WrestleMania match with Bad Bunny was not just entertaining, but it was hella amazing. Him pulling off that damn Canadian Destroyer on the outside of the ring to John, like, that was amazing. And the fact that, who was it on commentary that called it a Bunny Destroyer?
But yeah, somebody said Bunny Destroyer. It was good. It was good. And you know what? They're gonna probably bring Bad Bunny back for WrestleMania. It looks like we know Triple H has reached out to him, is trying to get him back for WrestleMania. So Bad Bunny being at WrestleMania is a very big possibility because Triple H has reached out to him. Listen, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll see you tonight, for Monetize This. Thanks to everybody for hanging on the call. Dave, thank you, man. What would you give the score out of 10 tonight, Dave?
For I did miss those two matches. I can't fully judge. So impartial judgment, even with the last match, I'm going to have to give it a 6.
That's what I was going to give it, a 6.
I'd have to
That's
agree.
me missing those two matches, indicating those two matches didn't mean shit. So
not really. They were safe.
One quick question for you guys. What do you guys think of the punches that Logan Paul gave Roman Reigns, that as Michael Cole said on commentary, his version of the Superman punch.
Believable and well paced. Next question.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, they were good, and that's what I thought was going to happen. He was going to get knocked out, looked like, but then it's still not enough to put Roman out. I like that he landed the punch, but it wasn't enough. It kind of puts over both guys in some ways. But that's it. I give it a 6 out of 10. I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tonight. Kisses.
See you tonight.
Dave Rose. Thank you, Devious Dave Rose. You guys are all beasts up in here. And I absolutely exploded when Jake Paul showed up coming out to Everyday Bro, which we turned into Ass Cheeks Poppin' 5 years or 6 years ago on the show. So when I heard Ass Cheeks Poppin', I popped. I hate to say it. When I heard this music come on and they said, Mike, Jake Paul's here. Here comes Jake Paul. I was dying, bro. I was just Ass Cheeks Poppin'. Ass Cheeks. Ass Cheeks. Poppin'. Ass Cheeks. Poppin'. All right, everybody. I will see you tonight. I'm glad we were able to get on here and do a review after watching the show for a little bit of time here. I will see you tonight for Monetize This. I'll be live right here starting around 9 p.m. or so. Come back. In about 4 or 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours, I'll be here. Unless something bad happens to me, which the way my health has been, it could. I'll see you tonight, hopefully, for Monetize This. And shout out to the top donation of the stream, the top dog at the very last minute. The Ghost from the Coast from Saudi. Hit that like button on your way out of here. And if you can sub if you haven't. And become a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. The Patreon is looking for you. And all that bonus content on the Patreon is wanting to molest you and make your privates explode. So go over there. Why did he say this?
When the milk turns sour, Drew McIntyre is not the kind of pussy.
That is very bizarre.
When the milk turns sour, Drew McIntyre is not the kind of pussy.
No.
When the milk turns sour, Drew McIntyre is not the kind of pussy.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
Biggest, most jacked guy, and please let me come. Oh, God, feed me Omega.